In this video, we're going to speak to Airswift's own athlete, Chiara Navigante, about her experiences as an international athlete and how the lessons she learned in over a decade of professional athleticism have been applied in her role as regional sales manager.
I was at school during the PE lesson, and then the person who later became my very first coach, he just came to the school for, a demonstration during the PE lesson, and he said, "Okay, kids, this is a bow, these are some arrows, if you want to give it a try." I did. I really liked it, and that was it. We usually start in the local club, and this is of course where we move, usually generally as children, the very first steps into that discipline, and then you moving on as far as you progress, of course. And for example, for myself personally, it was of course firstly the very local club in my town where I was living with my parents back then, and then it was the regional team that I reached when I was 13, and then of course there was the national team and the junior national team first, and then the senior national team, where it's like that's it. It's literally a kind of a parallel life and a different life to anything, let's say, normal that we can see and experience. I remember, for example, one of my best years was in 2003 while I was preparing for the Olympic Games of Athens. And that particular spring and summer, it was always on a plane. So for me, there was absolutely no difference in having dinner in New York and then the day after flying back to Rome or to Pisa for the Olympic training center, and then the day after going back to Milan, pack a week after to go, for example, to Korea, because we were having the University Olympic Games that year as well. And it was like one country after another, one jet lag after the other. So yeah, this is definitely, if you're thinking about the experiences of what the national team gave me, international experience since a very young age, that's the very first thing that comes into my mind. The reality is that I stopped shooting because I have a very bad injury at my shoulder, unfortunately. And when I stopped, I remember that the very first question was, what now? Literally from the past 17 years, I had every single, not even day, every single hour of my day planned. I woke up in the morning and I knew exactly what I had to do, what I had to eat, at what time do I have to go to sleep. It was everything so planned for months ahead, and for cycle after cycle after cycle, to having nothing at all. I'm gonna feel my day. I don't know how am I gonna feel my day. So that was the very first thing. At the very beginning, I just being a personal trainer, it's a kind of a natural transition, right? You've been an athlete. I have a university bachelor degree in sports science, so I just went into the gym and being a professional to preparing other people. One of the gym client, and we just start talking. And out of a sudden, someday he said, "Chiara, what are you doing here?" Come on, what are you doing? What do you mean, what I'm doing here? I'm working. I say, no, come on, you don't fit in here. What are you doing here? I was like, well, I used to be an athlete. I'm just trying to make a living now. That's the reality. And I say, you know what? I observed you and you have very good intercommunicational skills. You can really relate to different type of people. You can speak many languages. Actually, my company is looking for somebody like you. Why don't you come and have a look at it? And back then, I even didn't know what relocation meant. It was like, but I didn't want to say no to that person. So I said, well, okay, come on, I'll just go and have a chat and then let's see. But then I went to the interview, to the preliminary, let's say it wasn't not even an interview the very first time. It was just meeting, of course, the other people. And I liked what I saw. And I discovered a world, which is the world of the global mobility, that I really fell in love with, because it was exactly what I was looking for and exactly what I was missing. I was missing, above all, the international environment, being surrounded by so many cultures and people and nationalities. And I said, maybe I can give it a try. And that was how I transitioned. So it was a lot of trying, a little bit of luck in that sense, to meet that person who had, I would say, the vision to see beyond me and what could be, the personal trainer that was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is how I started in that transition. The first thing is train, prepare yourself. When I was in Athens, the slogan of that particular Olympic Games in 2004, it was everything can achieved by practice. And that was the slogan of the Olympic Games. And to me, this is one of the most powerful truths that you can find and apply, not only in sport, but in life in general. You can be gifted, of course, maybe if you are especially a tall person, of course, you're more inclined to do some type of sport activity, etc. So you can be gifted, absolutely. But it's literally how much you prepare every single day for what you want to achieve. I see, for example, nowadays, especially in my roles, I'm in business development, I'm really aware of how much we have to do in terms of reaching clients, trying to get leads, convert the leads, trying to meet people, run seminars, etc., all the tasks that we have to do. And we also track, and we got feedback on what we do and what we did. Just not to lose track, that's pretty it, not to lose track, because otherwise one day doesn't matter, 2 days, 3 days, it's very easy to lose the sense of time and then missing the targets that yourself as a professional, your company, your department, whatever it is, would love to achieve. So that is, I would say, these are the main things, like train, prepare yourself. Follow your passion. And we don't need much, it's just a light run or walk, or a very minimum of 30 minutes a day is done. Think not as a hobby, think it as a necessity for yourself first, to stay healthy, to live longer, to live good.